Can this be another serious stealth camp behind a bush? It can. It certainly can. Right. Mandingo. Bushwankers. So welcome back to the Blot Outdoor Show, Mandingos, and thank you for joining me on another serious stealth camping adventure. I was only camping last night on the video when I got bit by all the midges, so I'm camping 2 nights in a row. I'll tell you more about that when we get into our camping location. Here, Madford. Yes, I'm looking at doing a camp behind a bush next to a public footpath, and I'm on the same business estate, Doxford Park Business Estate, where I camped with little Mick last week. I found this spot as well while I was mooching around, and if I can pull myself off, sorry guys, slip of the tongue, if I can pull it off, it should be a fantastic stealth camp. And it's the kind of stealth camp that people think are proper real stealth camps, behind the bush, only like that high, right next to a public footpath and a road. So yeah, there's still quite a few people kicking about. There's a bus here, so the camping spot I'm going to go to, I don't think I'm going to be able to get in straight away because people's going to be looking, but so we'll just go for a little mooch around. When we do get in, as usual folks, in the old Baghdad, I've got beers, the old Jeff beers, I've got Wasky, so stick around. Fuzzy world famous Wasky review. We've got some more terrible food to cook. Yeah, we're going to get in, make it as cozy as we can, and just sit around and have a laugh and talk shite. You know the score on the Blot Outdoor Show. However, not sure where the bus driver is. I don't know if he's gone in the bush. I don't know if he was in trouble deep and he needed a papador and preach and he's gone behind the bush to drop the groceries. So I can't get in my spot yet until that bus is buggered off. Car park there as well. Doesn't look like there's anyone in. My camping spot's just like there. I'll show you in a few silicondas. Let's cross over the road, folks, to my camping spot and just keep looking black. See if that bus driver's looking. Not that he's going to do anything if he spots us, but it's stealth camping, so I don't want anyone to know where I am. See that silver thing? I'm going to be behind the bush there next to it. No one around. I'm away from the bus. Don't know if there's anyone looking out any windows. There's a car coming. God, I nearly got busted blood vessel. But this is the way, guys, the way of the Mandingo. Let's get this bag off. The old backaroony. Oh. So you can see public footpath there. I mean, you can actually see up there. Oh, I didn't realise you could see up there when I found this spot the other day. Yeah, not quite sure what this stupid thing is. So we've got like a workplace behind us there. Another one through there. This bush is like what, a metre high? Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to get some stuff out. Try and make Camp Mandingo. I didn't even bring me seat because I thought my head's going to be sticking up, so I'm not in for a comfortable night. You know what that calls for? A few shots of Wasky. Yes guys, that's what I'm going to have now. Warm the old Chesteroni up. Not that it's cold, but that's my excuse for having a Wasky. I'll bring you back in a Winnie Mandela. Right. He's had his shite. Mr. Bus Driver's had his shite. He's dropped his groceries in the bush. And now he's back on the job. Why his seat smells fresh. Yes, man, dingoes. That's me all set up. Didn't bring me seat like I said, so I'll have to just keep lying like this. My arm will be aching by the end of the night. I'll have to just keep swapping round. Might as well have a few shotteroonies of Jameson Whisky. This is the Jameson Stout Edition. I've definitely reviewed this once before, but I think it was over a year ago, so I will certainly ding dang do a world famous whisky review later on, and I'll give the legend a big shout out, the guy that sent me this. Cheers, pal. Obviously I've got to keep the noise down. Public footpath just over the old Kate Bush. There's a couple of workplaces there. I don't know if people work late. Someone could be standing outside having a cigarette break. I shouldn't really have this light on, but you know, you can't have the video on total darkness. You always get people saying, well, it's not really stealthy with your light on, but, or they'll say, like the camp I did with little Mick last week, that's not proper stealth camping. Don't worry about it, man, dingoes. It's just a bit entertainment. It's just YouTube. I'm not claiming to be some like army survivalist. It's just a bit of a laugh. You've got to write something in the title, so it's not wild camping, is it, when I'm doing this? So I call it stealth camping. Anyway, let's have a few shots. This is another camp, isn't it? That feels like a good old school blot outdoor show, stealth camp. I've been getting that feel lately on a couple of camps. I don't always have to be shouting, "Hey mate," to people walking past. Sometimes we can just get behind the bush, sit and chill, talk some shite, have some whiskies, and just enjoy it. Talking about enjoying me camps, last night's camp, wowza-woony. I don't want to say I didn't enjoy it. No, I'm going to tell the truth. I didn't really enjoy it. The camping side of it, I did enjoy. But I didn't enjoy getting bit a billion times by midges. It's Wednesday night now. That video is actually, while I say it's actually on YouTube now. So, cheers guys. So I'm camping 2 nights in a row. You're probably thinking, what you doing that for, man, dingo? Are you a greedy bastard trying to get more money off YouTube? No, nothing like that at all. Like I say, it's Wednesday today. Next week on Monday, me, Mrs. Blott and my son Preston, we're going to Dublin just for 2 nights. Flying early in the morning on Monday morning, and then we'll fly back late on the Wednesday night. I think it's the early hours of Thursday morning when we get back to Newcastle Airport. So we're getting like 2 nights, but we're getting 3 days at exactly the same time. So I needed to get ahead with my videos, so that week I don't have to go out and do a midweek camp, if you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I camped last night, getting bit to death, eaten alive by the midges. That was Tuesday night. I'm camping now Wednesday night, so this video will go on YouTube on Sunday. On Saturday I'm going to go out and do a wild camp, and that'll do for the Wednesday night, the week when I'm going to Dublin, because like I say, we don't get back until like after midnight, like the early hours of Thursday morning. So I needed to get ahead. I could have just had a week off. I could have just like put a message out in the fans group and in the YouTube community just saying, sorry guys, having a few days away with the family. No video this week, but there's no chance, baggy pants, that I'm going to do that. I'm not going to leave you absolute legends without a video to watch. You guys tuning in and subscribing and watching every week is like something I'm absolutely over the moon with. So unless I'm really, really poorly, or, you know, you could have like a family problem. If I can get out, if I can get out, ooh, I'll get out and I'll do a camp, just like I'm doing now. So my energy levels might not be as high tonight as normal, but I'm pretty sure once I've had a few whiskies, and I've got beers down there as well. I've got some North Korean beers. A bit of a North Korean theme tonight. So a massive shout out to King John Umbongo. I'll show you my setup soon. I just wanted to lie down first and get myself livened up with a few shots of the old good stuff. Now you know why I'm camping 2 nights in a row, because I didn't want to leave you legends with no video to watch for the midweek one next week. I'm just trying to get ahead. And yeah, that's that for now. When I bring you Roger Black, Jack Black, Cilla Black, Fleetwood Mac, Burt Bacharach and Return of the Mac, I'll show you all my setup, me beers, me food and all that shite. And then we'll have a few more drinky poo-poos. Lice. Bus wankers. Come on then folks, time to show you my little setup for tonight. Now I could have the light on brighter, but I've got it dimmed down quite a bit. The old Tim Nice But Dim. I'm using the Alt Kit bivouac. I've got like this old tarp thing down underneath it. We've got the old foil mat gloss on the bottom. Burgos, sleeping pad. It's still not cold or anything like that. So I've got my 2-season wake sleeping bag, trespass pillow biter, warm hat in there for later, just in case. And I've got like a warm jacket in there, so I can put it underneath this waterproof jacket. I will put that on before I go to bed, just in case the temperature drops its guts during the night, if you know what I'm talking about. I've got my little night light there that'll last all night long, in the famous words of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Like I said, a little bit of a North Korean thing tonight. I've got 3 bottles of North Korea's finest beer. I don't even know what it's called. Super dry Asahi. Yeah, endorsed by the one and only King John Umbongo. Cheers, John boy. Very much appreciated. Oh, that's not a bad drop. Yeah. For my main meal tonight, yeah, this is like the favourite meal what North Korea is famous for. If you think of like England and you think like fish and chips or a roast beef dinner, yeah, I mean, I know North Korea is probably like one of the most, if not the most secretive country in the world, but I think I'm right in saying this. Everyone knows that North Korea's favourite dish is Korean barbecue lice with chopped up hot dogs. If you don't know that, where have you been living? On the moon. So yeah, Korean beers, a Korean meal for later on. I'm not too hungry at the minute, and if I do get peckish, I've got a couple of reduced price steak video nasties We've got some Squashy's cherry koala drumsticks there. That's for the Wasky review later. I've already had a few shots and I'll have a couple more shots before we do the old review ski bead. Jameson Stout Edition. Kindly given to me from a legend by the name of Thomas Donaghy. Cheers, Tomboy, my man friend. I think that's about the fourth or fifth bottle of Wasky he sent me. So, yeah, spank you very much, mate. I do really appreciate it. I've also got me usual can of 19 Crimes wine. Pansexual. Yo, pansexuals down there. Me tin of glass. Yeah, me Baghdad's there. You can see I'm next to this big ugly thingy. Looking just over the bush. You can see the public footpath there. There's like a little roundabout. That's the abandoned factory or building, wherever it is, where me and Mick camped at last week. We were round the block inside of like a bricked up smoker shelter. This is more like a proper stealth camp, isn't it? So, yeah. And I'm just warming up now. I've had a few Waskies. I've just cracked a bottle of beer open. I'm starting to liven up. Yes, I think it's going to turn out to be an absolutely spamtastic stealth camp, as they say, in the southeastern region of North Korea. Swangers. Right, folks, let's get another one of. Oh, I come off a bit too easy. Hope that wasn't already loose. No, that's fine. Let's go another Jeff and let's have a video nasty. We'll set the camera up on the old tripod of Rooney and we'll talk some more shite. Lice cakes. Hey mate. Hey mate, do us a favour. If I ask you really nicely, is there any chance you'll sell us your all-day ticket, bus pass, or whatever it's called? You bonny bastard. Just get me pillar biter under me elbow for a little bit extra comfort. Time for a reduced priced steak video nasty from Morrison's. Don't worry guys, I'm not going to get too smash burger tonight. Well, I'm going to get like merry. I'm going to get like mangled spangled, but maybe not totally Mr. Bojangled, if you know what I'm talking about. Mr. Bojangled. No. The very messy days on there. If anyone's watching, you know, and you've only subscribed, say, over the last 6 months, you might think this camp is a bit, oh, it's quite chilled out. It's not menthol. It's not mental. It's not the old menthol cigarettes like a lot of me camps are. My loyal subscribers will tell you it wasn't always menthol cigarette. A lot of me early camps were like this, just chilled out, and then like evolved the stupid things I do and the stupid things I say. So it's nice to do a camp like this every now and again. Obviously I've already told you I was wild camping last night. I parked up next to Low Force Where's it at? It's at like Teesdale, isn't it? County Durham, Teesdale is the join under each other kind of thing. And I walked up past Low Force, past High Force waterfall, past another waterfall, I forget what it's called, and then up and just continued. It was proper remote, beautiful, absolutely beautiful place. Walking up by the side of the River Tees, and then I got this little spot next to a stream. That's when I got attacked by the midges. An absolute nightmare, but I'm glad I did it because it made a good video. And it's live and learn, isn't it? You've got to try everything once, as they say in the gay bars of San Francisco and Brighton and Hove Albion. So, although I'm out camping twice a week, every week, just when you think you know everything, you make a massive mistake, like what I did. Now, because I'm making videos on YouTube, I knew I'd messed up. I knew, oh my God, I shouldn't have pitched up here, but I grinned, I bared it for the entertainment on YouTube, because I knew you legends would enjoy it, to get a laugh about it, and I got a laugh about it as well, even off camera when I was sitting like, oh you bastard, midgies, damn you, Mrs. Blood. I was still laughing. I was still like, oh God, because I like to enjoy every experience. I like to do all sorts of different camping. Keeping things fresh. Fresher than Mickey Robson's underpanty girdle, if you know what I'm talking about. Talking about keeping things fresh. I told you next week, me, the beautiful Mrs. Blood, with the sexy bod, and my son Preston, we're going to Dublin for 2 nights. So, you know when I do the Friday night videos, the Friday night mooch around video with a little bit of a takeaway review, let me know in the comment section, would you like me to make the video while I'm in Dublin, you know, for the Friday night mooch around video? It'll be something a bit different, won't it? I could even video little bits over the 3 days, so it's kind of easy for me that I'm not actually, I'm not actually having to go out and make a video. I'm kind of just like getting some footage, the old Nicki Minaj, as I go along over our 3 days away. You know, it can start off as we're going through Newcastle Airport on the plane, arriving at Dublin. I can show you our hotel. Obviously out and about, mooching around different places in Dublin. I'm sure Mrs. Blott's booked us on one of them buses, like a 48-hour pass, that takes us around the city. I'm not sure, I think she has. She was talking about it. And then at some point in the video, if we go out for pizzas or for steak or whatever, I can do a bit of a food review. Maybe even back in the hotel I can do a little bit of an Irish whiskey review and get Mrs. Blood to join in. Sounds good, doesn't it? So, let me know what you think in the comment section. Would you want the mooch around video to be our little trip away to Dublin. Mrs. Block wants us to do it because I was saying, oh no, I'll put the camera down. Oh, yeah, all right. I'll put the camera down and we'll have a few days away without recording. But Mrs. Block said, no. Just record little bits here and there. You know, no pressure, nothing like fancy. Just record little bits. And Mrs. Blott said your fandingos might want to see little bits of our little trip away. So, yeah, I still haven't totally made my mind up yet. You guys let me know what you think. Because I aim to please, as they say, in the mountain villages of Patagonia and the deepest forest of the Congo. 2 pasties I've eaten there. Sitting here, talking shite, enjoying a North Korean beer. Cheers, King John Umbongo, you absolute legend. Yes, my man friend. He watches, you know. He hasn't actually contacted me, but one of his like close bodyguards contacted us and said King John Umbongo is one of the biggest fandingos of Zebra Dosho. I've actually been invited to go over and be a guest at his palace. Obviously I can't record everything when I'm there, you've got to be careful, but yeah, I don't know, I'll think that one over as well. Let me know in the comment section what you think about that. Should I go over, as I've been invited from King John Umbongo? Right. Yes. Why not have another little chest warmer? Jameson Stout Edition. Absolutely stout wrong with this, if you know what I'm talking about, stout. Like I said, I have reviewed this over a year ago, but the legend who goes by the name of Thomas Donaghy, who sent me this, I'm guessing he hasn't realised I've reviewed this before, but it doesn't matter. If anyone sends me whiskies and I've reviewed them before, I will certainly ding dang do another world famous whiskey review. So yeah, keep sending them whiskies, guys. I'll keep reviewing them. I'll keep getting absolutely Mr. Bojangled, as they say in the Dudonsky bit. It's nice. It's nicer than the normal Jameson whiskey. The normal Jameson whiskey, it's bang average. If you're going to compare it to some top quality single malts, and I've had some good whiskies on the Blood Outdoor Show. Cheers, guys. Yeah, the last bit. Oh, let's just carry on having a few whiskies there. The last bit when I was talking, and I was on about King John Umbongo, being a massive fan of the Blood Outdoor Show, and I've been invited to his palace. My phone cut off. That's the worst thing about recording on your phone. You know, every now and again when your phone does one of them updates, it wants you to update it, or you can just like press the button to like avoid it, leave it till later. But when that pops up, if you're recording and you're in the middle of like talking, it cuts off the video. So cut off like the last minute of what I was talking about. And what I was saying was, yeah, although North Korea is one of the strictest, it's one of the most like secretive countries in the world, there is quite a few people, you know, famous people have made it as like a celebrity, a known figure, like a famous person, a celebrity. Yeah, I've already said celebrity. Why am I still slavering on? Smelly ma. Who can I name just off the top of my head? Well, you've got the obvious one, Bruce Lee, and then you've got like Mr. Miyagi, Jackie Chan. Yeah, everyone knows that, and Ken Survival. That's just like 4 off the top of my head, 4 legends that have hit the big time, who were originally from North Korea. Obviously, they must have had to like sneak over the border to South Korea, and then they've went on to hit the big time. So, fair play to them. I tell you what, I'm loving this, but the temperature has dropped a little bit. It is starting to get a little bit stone cold, Steve Austin. We're kind of coming to the end of the summertime now. That's where the Wasky comes in handy for a good little chest warmer, guys. Now, I know for a fact, a popular question, because I've had this like loads of times before, definitely when you're in this type of spot. I mean, you can see where I am. Bear. And people will say, where did you get a piss? Or even worse, where did you get a shite? You know, if you were touching cloth, if the old teddy bear's arm was sticking out, if you were in trouble deep and you needed a Papa Don't Preach, well, that bus driver along there, won't get this light off, folks, sorry about that. He jumped out the bus and he went in the bush and he had a shite, and then he'd go in his bus and he carried on with his day. So it just shows you, when it's got to be done, it's got to be done. But no, do you want us to answer that kind of question? A lot of people might find it disgusting, but this is the camping channel and you do need a piss. You need... Ken Survival. North Korea's legend. You do need a piss loads of times when you come out camping, definitely when you're drinking the way I do. Now, if I'm on a wild camp and you need a shite, I mean, I've answered this before, but it gets asked over and over again, and it will get asked. Hold on a second. It will get asked about this camp. When you're wild camping, if you need a shit, you've just got to go and get one, because you could have like a 2-hour walk back to the Blockmobile. You're in the wilderness. But to cut a long story short, you've got your little trowel, dig a little hole, squat, bosh, drop the groceries, skidamadidders. And we're not skidamadidders because you take some baby wipes. You don't have to have. It's a no-go when it comes to skidamadidders. If you take baby wipes, you can clean your shit pipe nice and fresh. Bury the load, you know, put the soil back in the hole you've dug out, and there you go. Your baby wipes or your toilet paper, you bag that in your rubbish bag, the old rhubarb and crumble bag, and that's it. Job done. Job done dingo, as they say in the doo-doing. Now, when I'm stealth camping, I don't need a shite when I'm out, because I don't know, for some reason I always time it right before I actually come out in the camp. I normally have a big old steaming dump truck in my own toilet in my house, so I'm good. I know, you know your own body, don't you? I know I'm good until I get back. Once in a blue moon, Yeah, you've got to go. And you're just hoping that you're near like a supermarket or something and you can run into Sainsbury's or Morrison's and have a shite. But you've just got to play it by nose. I mean, yeah, if you know what I'm talking about. If you've got to do it. If it's got to be done, it's got to be done, guys. You've got to get out of the bush. And you've got to shit yourself away and you're just hoping there's no CCTV camera on you. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that all over TikTok? Blot, shiting in the bushes, caught. Scratches his arse, sniffs his fingers, the dirty bastard. But yes, guys, tonight's camp, to answer the question, what am I doing? I'm going to the end of me bed there and I'm just on my knees and I'm just having a Slash Gordon jukebox jury down there. Now, if I need a shite tonight or in Z Morgan, it's a bit of a bug around here because this is heavily CCTV'd, but I won't need one. I dropped the groceries before I came out of the house. If I have a couple of coffees, you know, it normally sets me guts away, so I had a coffee before I come out, and I said to Mrs. Blood, right, I went upstairs, bosh, had a good big steaming turdaroonie. I'm good. I know I'm good now until I get home tomorrow, so there's no worries, folks. But I will be pissing like a horse all night long, in the famous words of Lionel Blair. Jeez, guys, there we go. We've had a bit toilet talk. There's absolutely stout. There's absolutely Jameson stout wrong with a bit toilet talk, if you know what I'm talking a snout. So, there you go, folks. I tell you what. Yeah. There's not much left in that. So I think I'll have a couple more shot dingoes. And when I bring you Roger, the old Roger Blackneck, we'll do the world famous Wasky review. Ha ha, yes. Right. Come on then, my fan sexualities. Before we do the Wasky review, while there's nothing going on, no traffic, no one around, let's have a little look at Camp Mandingo. You can see I've got the old bivouac there. Only bits and pieces down there. This is the bush, or the privet, whatever you want to call it, that I'm camping behind. Let's just do this very quickly. The old Jed Quigley. Yes, let's get back behind the old Kate bush. So there you go, folks. You can see this is a proper, true stealth camperoonie. Public footpath. Obviously, that's the road. We've got this bush, which is like about a metre high. And this is where I am spending the night. Come on then, guys. Let's get back into Camp Mandingo. Let's do the Wasky review. And then let's cook the famous traditional North Korean meal, which is Korean barbecue icicles with chopped up hot dog dingoes, as they say in the spare bedroom of King John Umbongo. Oh yes, Mandingos, you know what time it is. It's Wasky time, and this is what we have got this week. Jameson Irish Wasky Stout Edition. It's the old stout version Van Dyke, if you know what I'm talking about. Kindly given to me from a legend by the name of Thomas Donaghy. Cheers, Thomas, my man friend. I'm sure this is about like the 4th or 5th bottle he sent me. So, yeah, very much appreciated, and thank you very much for the continued support. And that's for all you legends that watch as well. Spank you so much for the continued support. The Blood Outdoor Show wouldn't be what it is without you legends. So let's dig out the old famous Cub Dingo, my Mandy Dingleberry, Finley Queers. There it's there, folks. There hasn't even been washed off last night's camp. Oh, yes, man. Oh. Oh, lovely. Okay, remember when me and Mick were sitting there on the last camp? We said it quite a few times, didn't we? Oh, lovely. Are you wondering where that come from? Can you remember a few months ago? Well, it was only about 2 or 3 months ago. Me and little Mick went for a hike. And then we done a camp inside like a camping pod. So where we went to, it was like a pub in Cumbria on the coast. I forget what the pub's called. Anyway, we drove up there after we'd been hiking, but the pub was shut for like renovation. It wasn't due to open up for another 2 or 3 days. So there's like a little lane by the side of the pub which takes you down to where the camping pod is, and then there's like a few little spots for like touring caravans and motorhomes. So we drove down there, and we had the gate which opens to go through, and the 2 lads that's took the pub over, I think they've just like recently bought the pub. The 2 gay lads, lovely lads. We had a good big crack with them off camera, fantastic. But as we pulled down, one of the gay lads come over, and my window went down. Hiya, you alright? Oh, my window went down. Oh. He watches me channel now. He didn't know who I was at the time. He's actually emailed us, and it just shows you, he laughs. He's messaged me in private, the lad I'm talking about, and he thinks it's hilarious when I do that. You alright? And then you get these lefty wet wipes. Sorry guys, but like that's just the way it goes. Oh, you cannot say this, you cannot say that. Hey, good. Sticking up for people like they don't need to stick up for, and they've got that, like an actual lad who's gay thinks it's hilarious. I think you guys know exactly where I'm coming from. Anyway, getting back on track with the story. As we drove down, my window went down, and he went, I'm sorry, the pub shut for renovation for the weekend. He'd be watching this, so I don't think he'll mind. He's obviously got a good sense of humour, because he's emailed us a couple of times and I've replied back, And I said, we've got the camping pod booked for the night, mate. And then he went, oh, lovely. And me and little Mick just looked at each other. We were dying to laugh, but we didn't. And then, like, once we both got in the camping pod and we took our bags in, we just looked at each other. And we both went, oh, lovely. So, yeah, that's mine and Mick's crack. That's mine and Mick's little personal joke. Yeah, right. We were doing a whisky review, weren't we? Lovely. Jameson Stout Edition, given to me from Thomas Donaghy. It's lovely. Let's get the old bakeroni in. Yeah. Obviously smells of whiskey. There ain't no denying that. I ain't getting on no plane, fool. I ain't getting on no plane. But there's like a beer smell in there, folks. There certainly is. But it's almost like a stale beer. When you go and you walk in like an old pub and you get that stale beer smell.
and it's manky, and it's lovely at exactly the same time. Do you know what I mean? Sticky carpet. You go in a pub with a sticky carpet, and it stinks of Jeff beer, but it's nice. And it's not nice at exactly the same time. It's like that. But this is quite nice. There's maybe like a little bit of a fruity thing going on. I'm looking up, you know, guys. Sorry if you think I'm boss-eyed. I'm not. The camera's there, and I'm looking up there at the light. That's a bad habit I've got. There. I should be looking there instead of there. Why I'm not boss-eyed. Why I'm the spit of Dennis Wise. Anyway. Good eyes wise. It's like an orchard fruit thing going on. Quite a bit of a fruitalicious thing mixed in with like a beer smell and a whiskey smell. And that's about it, yeah. That's enough of the sniffing. Let's get on with the tasting. Mice. Certainly not rough. Actually quite, I see how actually quite smooth. But that beer taste, it is there, so fair play. Because you get loads of whiskies, don't you? Or whatever. And they'll say like, the claim to taste of this and taste of that, and you taste it and it's bullshit. That says stout edition, and you can taste like a type of a beer flavour rooney straight away. So fair play to Jameson for that. Also, I was going to say spices, but not spicy. But I can taste like some mixed spices on the old tongue dingo, but not mixed spices, but not spicy. Does that make sense? Mixed spices, flavours, peppery, yeah, like a peppery flavouroni. Herbs, spices, the old herby hides. But no tingle, no burneroonie, no Bernie Giblin. You better believe it. Who's Bernie Giblin? It's a guy that used to work in the same factory as me. The funny thing is, years ago, he used to work in the same factory as me mum. And then when I started working in the factory, where the two Chris's and little Mick work at now, he started a few weeks after me. And then he said, "Oh, hello, Christopher." Chris Blott, but my name was Christopher. "I used to work with your mum." And I went, "Did you?" Watching. As soon as he said his name, I knew who he was because I'd heard my mum talking about him before. But he used to always say, "You better believe it." You know, he'd been talking about, "Did you watch the football at the weekend?" This is just a random bit of chat. "Yeah, Bernie, I watched the match, aye. Sunderland were shite, weren't they? Aye, Sunderland were shite again. As usual, you better believe it." That's what he'd say, do you know what I mean? Or, I don't know. We used to order pizzas on a Thursday night, or Chinese, or whatever, fish and chips. And then we'd come back on the shop floor after, and I said, "Did you enjoy your pizza, Bernie? Was it nice?" "You better believe it. It was nice." Good old Bernie Giblin. That's why I always say, the old Bernie Giblin, you better believe it. Let's get back on the whiskey review. See what I mean? I go off down these little rabbit holes. But that's the beauty of a Zebra Outdoor Show, guys. That's what it's all about. We just make this shit up as we go along. Let's get back on with it. Not rough. Not smooth. In the famous words of Little Mick. It's got like a beer taste. A few spices, few herbs. The old herby hides. Had a bit of orchard fruit. Sniffed in, go up the old Nostradamus. It's It's actually quite bland, and I don't mean to say that in a way to put it down. That is actually maybe a plus point, as in, you know, you legends, you watch my videos and you might think, oh, I've tried whiskey before and it was horrible. You probably just tried something shite like Famous Grouse or Bell's, and you want to maybe give it another try, but you want something that's decent, not too expensive. I think you can buy this for about £25 in the supermarkets. This might be a good starter whiskey if you want to give it a blast and you want to try a whiskey after watching my whiskey reviews. It's not bad, guys, it's not bad. And to be honest, there's not much more to say about it. It's not one that's going to blow your mind, but it's not shite either. I'm enjoying it. The temperature's dropping now. It's starting to get a little bit stone cold, Steve Austin. I'm going to put my warm jacket on underneath this before I go to bed in my trapper's hat, so it's warming the old cockles up, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to give it a solid, steady snout special, but it's not shite. So we'll just go for it straight as a die. 7, the old 7 out of 10 dingo, my Mandy Dingleberry Finley quiz. So there you go, guys. A massive shout out once again to Thomas Donaghy for sending me that. What an absolute legend he is. What an absolute legend all you are. Watching me, you idiot. Sitting here behind a bush. Okay then, that's it. It's a 7 out of 10 dingo from this man Dingo. We'll get a few more little B-roll shots, and when I bring you Roger and Scylla, we'll do the traditional North Korean meal, which is Korean rice and chopped up hot dogs. Yeah. Endorsed by the one and only King John Umbongo. Personal friend of mine, you better believe it. Lice. Fiddly burr. Hot dogs chopped up and North Korean icicles are bubbling away, folks. Yes, you know the score on the Bright Outdoor Show when I bring you back the old Scylla Blackneck. We will be diving into some more fine cuisine. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, my fan sexualities. Here we go. Time to get stuck into North Korea's most famous meal. You know, I say famous. It's not famous, just, but if you think of like England, you know, the UK, and you think of like fish and chips, or like a Sunday dinner, roast beef, turkey, you know, like a nice carvery. In North Korea, it's hot dogs chopped up with barbecue, icicles. It's a delicacy in their land, and it's a cheap meal, so they can all afford it because they haven't got 2 pennies to scratch the ring piece with. Yeah. It's piping hot. And you know, people slag off my good mate King John Umbongo. Like, who wouldn't want to eat rice and hot dogs 7 days a week? 53 weeks a year, do you know what I mean? They don't know how lucky they are. not bad, folks. I tell you what, this has turned out to be an absolutely tremendous stealth camp. When I first came out, I was like, yeah, I'd just been camping last night. My face was all itchy, me brow. The black of me neckaroonie. Because I'd been out camping in the midges last night and I got bit to death. Once I had a bit chill time, a bit chillax-a-rooney, a couple of shots of wassy, a couple of beers, happy dingleburgers, as they see at the burger vans of Belfast. You know it makes sense, guys. It just proves that, you know, when people say, do you have to drink when you're camping? Camping without having a drink is just sleeping in a tent. That's my favourite saying, guys. And it's the truth. I mean, you don't have to drink to go camping. You might have been an alcoholic or something and you're off the drink. So, yeah, you can see where I'm coming from there. But for most people, having a drink when you come camping it's part of the camping trip, isn't it? For me it is. I know a lot of people think I'm a total pisshead. I mean, my loyal subscribers know, because I've told you many times before, I don't drink when I'm in the house. I don't go to pubs drinking. The only pub I go to is the one where Mrs. Block works. And she normally just treats me to a nice black cock. Sorry guys, black coffee. Ah, you gotta say a black cock. Damn you, Mrs. Blood. You racist pig. Yeah. Sure. When I go out camping twice a week, that's when I like to treat myself. I like to have a good drink. But this is like an extra one. I'm doing an extra camp this week. That's why at the beginning of this video it was a bit low key. I wasn't getting smash burgered straight away. I was just taking my time because I was camping last night. I've just slowly built up to a good level now where I'm a little bit mangled. I'm a tiny little bit spangled, but I'm nowhere near Mr. Bojangled, if you know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to go to sleep when I finish this, so in the morning I should be as fresh as tit milk. So while I'm munching on this, guys, I'm going to take this chance now to see a big fat big Smeema, a big fat mega spank you to all you legends who have supported my channel. The Blood Outdoor Show over this last week. You're an absolute bunch of legends. You don't have to do it. Times is hard, and you're going out your way to buy this idiot a coffee. Honestly, guys, I spank you very much. It is very much appreciated. Oh, I've got the hiccups now. This is quite dry. Yeah. What an absolute bunch of legends you are. all I want people to do is watch me videos, give us a thumbs up, even better, leave a comment. But the fact you legends have gone out your way and you've bought this Mandingo coffee just shows me that you are the ultimate legends of Zebra Dojo. There's your names down there. And down there, folks. Yes, you absolute unbelievable bunch of legends. There's your names down there. Thank you so much. I love each and every one of you. I'm going to finish this off in peace and quiet. I'm going to finish it off, yeah, because it's quite nice. A delicacy in North Korea. I'm going to take this chance to say bonjour, good night Vienna, arrivederci and Vorsprung der Technik. And I'll see you legends first thing in the Morgan Freeman's catalogue at coffee time. You better believe I will. Oh yes. You know it makes sense.
Good morning, my Mandy Dingleberries. 9:10. Sounds like someone's cutting the grass or something over there. I've heard quite a few people walking past, talking. Obviously loads of traffic. Might as well get up. First I'm going to drain the lizard, the old Eddie lizard, because I'm bursting for a slash Gordon. And then we'll slowly get packed away. Nice. Right folks, that's me all packed up and ready to hit the street. You can see that's where I had the tarp down on the floor in the old bivouac. Baghdad's there, ready to put in the old buckaroony. Matron. It's the glove of self-love. Come on then, Mandingos. No one around. So let's make like a tree and split and get out of Dodge City. Oh yes! That's another successful stealth camp completed. You better believe it. So there we go then, my fan sexualities. That's it. That's the end of this week's stealth camping adventure. Hope you've enjoyed it. Yeah? It was like a good old school blot outdoor show stealth camp. I enjoyed it. If you guys did, give this Mandingo a big thumbs up. Leave a comment. It really does help the channel. Tell people about the Blot Outdoor Show. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, guys. It's free. And yeah, it means a lot to the Mandingo. You better believe it does. Tune in for the next one, which will be a wild camping adventure on Wednesday night. Me and Mrs. Blotter off to Dublin tomorrow. So yeah, maybe the Friday night video there'll be a mooch around Dublin, so tune in next Friday as well. You know what I'm talking about, and you know it makes absolute, complete, total sense. Right.
Oh, matron.
You know, it's make total sense, mate. Very nice.